YouTube, what is up? How is everybody doing today? We are jumping into the band known as Saphath with their brand new release called Beast. They are a Russian band. Alex, the main vocalist, is in my Discord. He's a very cool dude. Like, if you don't know, like, Russian production and music is very hard to do at this point in time. There are so many restrictions in the country right now that the normal people or artists or whomever can barely get anything out of the country. So the fact that we have new releases from bands from Russia is a blessing at this point. But yeah, you may have noticed that it's not just me on this recording. There's Kai over there. He's going to be reacting to me for like the first time on this channel. Just we're testing things out to see how things go. But still, is there anything you'd like to say, Kai, before we begin?
I don't know if I want to waste any more of the people's time. I don't have much to say about myself. I mean, so if you want to get on into this thing, you might want to explain it. What genre are we looking at here exactly?
I'm going to leave it up to your interpretation. I'm not going to say genre or anything. I'm going to leave this all up to what you think. Right. I'm not going to spoil a single thing about this. So
expect me to be wrong.
Pretty much. And we might even let Hunter chime in on this a little bit too as we listen to it, but still. Anyways, let's go. Let's see. I wonder where they're going with this. I imagine this is something that's like, I think they're actually using both vocalists at this point as well, which is going to be interesting. The layering is kind of weird, but I'm not going to lie. Honestly, I think Alex's vocals have sounded stronger in the past than what they sound here. It's very the same all the way through so far, from what I can see. Did they really go bleeding 666? It's very much, man, that sounds horrible. Oh my god. That's like fucking horrendous. The mixing is horrendous, man, holy shit. God damn, man. Yo, mate, the fuck did Saphath do with that mixing? Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna message. Hold on. Let me message Alex. You probably won't see Kai for a second. You need to.
Okay.
Yeah. Whomever mixed this shit. Anyway. Okay. Anyways, let's go. I'm gonna play it on a different thing as well to see whether it's with just YouTube. But I don't know. Man. The mixing was a bit of a mess and I don't give a fuck about production usually. I know how to do it. It's nice that they're finally using her voice as well, because they never used it on their previous release, so she has a very nice voice. And she's like a permanent member of the band as well now, so.
Yeah, her voice is very nice. Compliment to it.
I like her voice a lot. It's dreamy and floaty. I agree. Literally, Alex is the weak linker, in my opinion, and vocally speaking. Yeah, man, she has a really amazing voice, man. Holy shit. What happened in that one part with the mix? Isn't that bad here? And before that one part, I don't know. Maybe they were trying to go for heaviness, but it turned into distortion, potentially. Or with YouTube, one of the two. I'm gonna check it out after. Because this bit sounds fine, too. I don't know, man. Interesting.
I was able to follow it without the lyrics all the way up until that problem with the audio happened.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's really good, though. It means that Alex's enunciation was good enough for you to listen to it. But then again, but then again, for me, his vocals weren't to what I expect of his vocals. Like, his vocals are usually a lot stronger than what they are here. He sounded very weak in the song. I like the symphonics a good bit. Yeah, Hunted, I do agree, man. The actual symphonics and stuff and the female vocalists were the best bits, in my opinion. And as much as it, like, I don't want to say it, like, Alex is literally the weakest part of the song for me. What did you think?
Well, I agree with your sentiment about when you compare the two of them together, that he is the weaker one in this song. Her lyrics were far better produced or sung, whatever word you want to use for this.
Yeah, I agree. They were much better produced. It went from really bad production into really crisp production once we got to her voice. So I don't know what happened with the mixing, but at the same time, I'm just like, I don't know what happened, basically.
I like the instrumentation during his parts a lot. I can follow that. I could probably play that if I were to want to get back into that and try that. I like that sound, and it works good with what he's doing with, his cadence that he has. That rhythm works really good with that.
Yep.
And her stuff, the backing for hers was, once again, it was on point with what she was doing. Together, they complement each other very well with the opposite from each other when they did that. I know she's in the other stuff too.
She's only in one other song that I can think of. So. One of the songs she's actually in is one of my favourite songs they've ever done, where Alex sounds really strong, and she sounds really strong, and it's like a more atmospheric kind of piece, more like a doomy kind of piece that they did, and it works amazingly. That's why I expected so much from this, but it didn't quite meet that expectation, in my opinion.
Now, since you said you weren't going to tell me a genre, though, I'm going to take a stab. It reminds me a lot of some older black metal, specifically. It's probably not what they're going for, maybe symphonic metal, but still, it reminds me a lot of some older black metal stuff.
Okay. So, Hunted, what genre did you think it was? Seeing as Kai just gave his opinion, what genre do you think it is? Curiously. Where would you place it? I know I'm going to have to wait for Hunted to say, but that's okay.
But if I'm going to have to just pick one, I'm going to say symphonic black metal.
Symphonic Black again.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a bad choice to go for. I don't think it sounded anything like black metal to me, but probably just symphonic metal. For me, it's probably more like symphonic death, potentially. Because, like, Saphath generally are more death metal orientated, from what I've heard of them. They're not the most craziest death metal band you've ever heard, but, you know, within that way, I'd probably say, like, very symphonic deathy, very that kind of a way. Not really progressive death, like, because you could argue more progressive death with some other stuff, but this wasn't quite that. But they switch genres quite a bit, but they're generally always around that, death metal kind of style. Like the black metal style would be more with the really fast blast beats, which we didn't really hear as much during like this style, which is really reminiscent of black metal. And even the voice, man, like the way he was using his voice is not a black metal style, in my opinion. But I know I think I understand why you think that way. I do, like, because obviously, like, genre guessing is like hard to get right. Like, no one's got the right answer. It's just what we think of where things go for the most part.
Let me ask for your expertise on that. You say you think you know where I'm going from it. I just want to see if you can peg it, knowing what you know of me. Where am I drawing that conclusion from?
Probably from Dimmu Borgir or somewhere like that, because like some of it's very, the symphonic stuff is very reminiscent of the way Dimmu does their symphonics. So.
Mm-hmm. That's why I was able to pick that part out specifically. It was just the second part of it. I'm not sure.
I forgot that regular metal doesn't growl so much. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, so basically, like, the most bands that growl in symphonic are, like, Epica, and some, maybe Seven Spires as well, but, you know, they don't growl in this way, where it's mostly growl with a little bit of singing. It's like symphonic is the opposite, right? Where it's a lot of clean with a little bit of growl to, like, influence it. Generally speaking. Not always, it doesn't always work that way. Like, Seven Spires is an anomaly rather than the norm of how symphonic metal goes. But yeah. I do totally see from, like, both points of view, though. But no. For me, like I've already said, like, it's interesting. It's not something I would particularly listen to just purely for the mixing in that one part. But speaking of that, I'm going to go find this song on streaming platforms if it's out there yet, and see if this sounds how it sounds.
It said it was on Spotify according to that visualizer.
Yeah, it's on Apple Music as well. We're good. You know, so I don't know whether you guys can hear this, but I think the YouTube version blew itself out for some reason. I don't know. I'm sure Alex will hear it and be like, the fuck happened to that mixing? But still. Anyways. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we end this video? Is there anything else you'd like to add to end this video? So.
Well, like I said, I think I've said all that I want to say about it. And if you've already went into looking at the other versions to see if that was there, and if that ain't there, then I'll have to go in myself and listen to it on a different platform other than YouTube just to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, I just
without all that problem.
I could have missed where that bit specific happened because I was trying to skip through rather than just listen to it. But yeah, I don't know.
But if it is right on other platforms, I'll have to definitely listen to it to give it a legitimate, you know, unbutchered listen, because that would have been a butchered one if YouTube did that. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It sounded normal. It didn't have that ridiculous distortion from what I could tell. I only skipped through it. I will try to listen to it once this video's done and see. Like, I'll put a thing in the comments down below to say whether the normal version is. But even still, allowing this to be released onto YouTube with this on it means you're not pre-listening to what you're putting out onto the platform, which as a band you're meant to do anyway. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. Either way, like. Alex messaged me back. I'm going to read that in a second, but yeah. Either way, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a wonderful fucking day, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.